All right, we need to solve each equation and give the general solution. So let's start with A. So we have cosine 2x and cosine x. Cosine 2x expanded is cosine squared of x minus sine squared of x. We have cosine terms, so let's write this in terms of cosine, which is 2 cosine squared x minus 1. Hence 2 cosine squared x minus 1 plus 3, which is plus 2, is 5 cosine of x. Hence 2 cosine squared x minus 5 cosine x plus 2 is 0. If you factorize this, and we let y is equal to cosine of x, then 2y squared minus 5y plus 2 is 0. Factorizing this is pretty simple. Quick maths, that's y minus 1 times 2, y minus 2, 2y minus 1, right? So that is the factorization of this equation. With that, we know y is equal to 2, or half. With that, we can proceed to turn y into terms of x. So y is cosine x, so cosine x can either equal 2 or it can either equal to half. This is impossible because the cosine x's range is within -1 to 1, from -1 to 1. So this is out of its range, so this yields no solution. What about for the second one? Well, all trigonometric functions are positive in the first quadrant. So the first quadrant angle of cosine x that gives half is going to be pi over 3. This is a special angle you should know by heart. And we also know that the cosine function is positive in the fourth quadrant, which we can turn a first quadrant radian like pi over 3 into a fourth quadrant radian by doing 2 pi minus that angle. So that becomes 5 pi over 3. Hence, these are our two solutions, so we simply add 2 pi k to both of them to get the final answer. So it's 5 pi over 3 or pi over 3 plus 2 pi k, where k is any integer. It could be negative. So continuing with part B, how do we do that? Well, cosine of 6x is special because 6 is an even number, so it can be factorized with a 2 out of it, so 2 times 3x. So if we let y is equal to 3x, and this becomes cosine of 2y, which we know is cosine squared of y minus sine squared of y. Notice that we have sine squared terms on the right-hand side, so we should write this in terms of sine. With that, we can substitute it back in. 1 minus 2 sine squared of y, which is 3x, right here, is equal to 2 sine squared of 3x. So that means 4 sine squared of 3x is equal to 1. Hence, sine squared of 3x is equal to 1/4. Hence, sine of 3x is equal to plus minus 1 over 2. Now, this is particularly... Oh, I should not have erased that. This is particularly special because we know that in the quadrants, sine is positive in the first and second quadrants, negative in this third and fourth quadrants. So if we know the positive value radians in the first quadrants and second quadrants, we can take the first quadrant angle, add pi k to it to get a third quadrant angle. We can add the second quadrant angle, add pi k to it to get fourth quadrant angles. And to illustrate what I mean by this is that what is the first quadrant angle that gives half? Well, if we let 3x be equal to y, then what values of y give positive half? Well, this special angle is pi over 6, which looks something like this. That's pi over 6. And sine is also positive in the second quadrant. To turn a first quadrant radian angle into a radian angle in the second quadrant, we simply do pi minus that radian angle. So pi minus pi over 6 gives 5 pi over 6. So that looks something like this. Now, what happens when we add pi to pi over 6? We basically rotate it 180 degrees counterclockwise and get this yellow radian, which produces a negative value in the third quadrant. If we add 180 degrees to 5 pi over 6, we effectively rotate it 180 degrees counterclockwise, and we get this green radian angle here, right? And that is going to produce negative angles in the fourth quadrant. This is going to produce negative angles in the third quadrant. We have covered all 4 quadrants with this condition, so we should have satisfied all possible solutions. So we just need these two as the base reference angles and add pi k to it, right? So pi over 6 plus pi times k and 5 pi over 6 plus pi k would produce all valid solutions from this illustration here, right? So the answer to this would be pi over 6 or 5 pi over 6 plus 2 pi k, or plus pi k. Now, you absolutely could have found the actual radian measurement of these two vectors and then added 2 pi k to them, but this is just more of a condensed form. Once you realize that all positive and negative values of the same half is being covered by this solution. Actually, I made a small mistake. This is solutions in terms of y. We need to turn this into terms of x. Y is 3x, x is 1/3 y. We need to multiply 1/3 by all of this. So it's pi over 18, right? So pi over 18, not 6. Oh, can I? Pi over 18. And we have to divide by 3, right? Don't forget, this is in terms of y. I made the mistake here. Turn it into terms of x. That's what we're looking for. All right, let's move on to part C. So for part C, same idea. Cosine 10x, 10 is even. Factor out a 2 from it. Cosine of 2 times 5x. So if we let 5x be equal to y, then cosine of 2y is equal to cosine squared of y minus sine squared of y. We have sine terms on the left, so let's turn it into terms of sine. So therefore, if we substitute it back in, sine of 5x is equal to 1 minus 2 sine squared of y, which is 5x. So therefore, 3 sine squared of 5x is equal to 1/3. So that means sine squared of 5x is equal to 1/9. Wait, no. What am I doing? It's equal to 1. Sorry. It's equal to 1/3. And then we take the square root of everything. Then we take the square root of everything to get sine of 5x is equal to 1 over root 3, which is root 3 over 3. And for root 3 over 3, did I make a mistake here? 1 minus. Yeah, I made a mistake. These are not compatible with each other. This is to the first degree, that's to the second degree. Whoopsie. Let this be y. So y is equal to 1 minus 2y squared. We have to factorize. I was like, yeah, I did something wrong. That was very silly. So don't make silly mistakes like me on that one. So with this, we can factorize it. So 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1. This has to be negative. So y plus 1, 2y minus 1 is equal to 0. Now we substitute the value of y back into here. Or before we do that, let's find the solutions of this. Y is equal to -1 or 1/2. So y is sine 5x. So sine of 5x can either equal -1 or sine of 5x can equal to half. So we have to solve for both possibilities. Let's consider the first possibility where we have the value to be equal to -1. If we let 5x be equal to y, then sine of y is equal to -1. Which values produce -1? Well, there's only one angle, 3 pi over 2. So general solutions are 3 pi over 2. Let's see, for 3 pi over 2 plus 2 pi k. But this is in terms of y. We need this in terms of x. X is 1/5 of y. So multiply by 1/5 on this whole equation. X is 3 pi over 10 plus 2 pi k over 5. That's going to be your first solution from the first case. And what about for the second case? Or for the second case, it's equal to half. So sine of y is equal to half. We literally just saw that y is equal to pi over 6 and 5 pi over 6 because we want positive values of half. So, so to do that, we simply say y is equal to pi over 6 or 5 pi over 6 plus 2 pi k. But this is in terms of y. Turn this into terms of x by simply multiplying this whole thing by 1/5. So we have x is pi over 30, 5 pi over 30 plus 2 pi k over 5. So with that, that is all of your solutions for x for all three parts of the question.